Another day, another attempt to reach 2200 with an opening that probably shouldn't work. We're playing the Fried Fox here with the black pieces. Let's see how we go. Trying to develop a nice pawn center based around the d5. Let's go for the take here. Happy to take the knights off the board in this position here where we've got a disadvantageous position. We want to try and keep the position kind of on the simpler side. We want to keep things simple, trade pieces when we can. That way that reduces the amount of danger our king's in. So just developing my knight to the very natural e7 square. Play e4, it's a very strong move. Got a few options here. Thinking about getting the bishop out, targeting that f3 knight. I think I might do that. Because either way, d5 is going to be an isolated pawn, whether we play bishop e6 or play bishop g4. So let's just put the threat for the double pawns, weaken their kingside a little bit, force the recapture. And now we can come through. So we've taken two minor pieces off the board. They do have the bishop pair, but white's king is very exposed. So what's going on here? Can we get away with this business? I think we can. I think we can get away with this. Got a few options here. Get rid of the bishop pair, I think. Could be getting slightly hairy. So if the knight comes into b4, I just like the tempo we're getting here either way. If they line up to do the attack with, say, queen b3, then things get a bit interesting for sure. Yeah, if we take there, take, then a check. We move our king, takes. We're losing a piece, so we have to come across. We have to play this one. Let's see, we might have wasted a bit of precious time here. But we can get our king out of the pin. It's the important thing. Yes, b7's falling, we don't really care about that. I've burned so much time. I'm used to playing blitz. I burnt so much time mucking around with all these looking at these knight trades, and yeah, that's what I get for mucking around there. I've lost losing a minor piece, I think. So not the best way to start this series. In a lot of hot water here, down on the clock, down on the board. The only silver lining is it is bullet, so there's always a chance that anything can happen. A bit rusty, I've been used to playing a lot of 3-minute, 5-minute chess. Been trying a new troll opening, so yeah, I'm just a little bit out of practice here at the moment, and we're getting mated in short order. So on to the next game. Let's see if we can regain those rating points and get ourselves prepared. Okay. Trying to stay ahead on the clock, keep an eye on that. Make quick, natural moves, not get bogged down in calculating unless it's a game-winning chance. So I could have played a much safer move last game, but just spent way too much time calculating that random line and got under huge time pressure. So definitely changing the strategy this time around. Let's do this. Get the queen out. Bit of activity. The knights developed and joined together. Get the bishop e2. Just play a bit of an annoying move, just giving our opponent something to defend against. As the case may be. This is safe. I don't think this is a discovery because the knight on d7 prevents any immediate discovery. So not in immediate danger. We can backtrack. Gobble up the pawn. And we're up a pawn. Okay, so now they've got the threat of queen coming to h4, which is fine. We can stop with this. Swinging the other rook over ASAP, which is going to be a very powerful move. A lot of defenders that we're bringing over to our king side. Now, does that actually threaten anything immediate or dangerous? I think we can confidently say the answer is no. So, time to activate my queen into d5. Putting pressure on d6, and most importantly, over here on that, right, on h5, which our opponent seems to have missed. So now that we're up, we just want to swap, 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 consolidate all day. I can bring my knight into e4. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that right just now because see. So what's the best way to handle this? So our opponent's obviously trying to put pressure on us. We need to flip the script and put that pressure back on our opponent. So offering some trades here. Let's see what we can do. Opponent is trying to get more funny business going. We need to just keep the pressure on, pressure on, pressure on. Okay, more pressure. What else can we do? This is an interesting move here. Weakening e6 potentially, but look, it gets us this powerful, powerful play in the middle. We're not worried about any of that at all. Not in the slightest. Okay. We can say we'll happily pre-move taking on c3. We're going to put pressure on a6. You need to do something to defend that. Yep, happy to do this. Bring the rooks across the open files. A very strong position. Very, very solid. My queen's just in a bit of an awkward position. That's the only issue right now. I'm not too happy with that. But what can you do? Worst case scenario is this. I just double my rooks here. Then Bob's your uncle. Case may be. I hope this is all okay. I hope everything's defended. Look, they've got checks going on. Oh, is that a perpetual potentially on the cards? I can go back to h3 after they recheck on d2. I think they run out of checks here. I think they run out of checks, and we can bring the queen back to defend everything. That is wonderful, wonderful news. It's looking good. Need to just keep the pawns rolling down the board. Keep the pressure on. Our opponent has a bit of extra time. But we just need to keep the pressure on the clock. Okay. Offering the exchange. I'm not sure that we're doing anything right here. But we're just going to do this. Okay. Yeah, I think we definitely messed that up. Because now they can swap our queen off. But whatever. Is what it is. Oh, I think we've just got a mate. We've got a mate. Our opponent slipped up. We've got a mate. GG. Points back. On to the next one. Okay. So, was a bit rusty at the start, but already back in the swing of things with one win, one loss to start the session. Let's see how we go this time. c3 going looking to push d4. Just build that nice solid pawn center. We build some natural piece development around it. Look out for tactics. That's the game plan. Just keep the pressure on the clock. That's what we want to be doing. So Balls in our opponent's court. See what they do here. We're looking to put the bishop. I'm going to say bishop on d3. Do we want to change that? I'm going to play the ambitious g4. Just to get the tempo on the bishop. h4. Get these pawns rolling down the board, attacking black's minor pieces. Oh, and another minor piece we can attack. We're just getting oodles and oodles of space here. This is exactly... this is just a fine way for the game to go. So, bishop out. That's not a big problem for us. Okay. Yeah, so this is interesting, but not wholly unexpected. Need to play bishop e3, I think. Just gotta be careful here. Bishop e3. Oh, whoops, I hung the pawn. Oh. Okay. We're not out of the woods yet, that's for sure. Need to try and complete our development as quickly as possible. Yep, this is the right square. f3 is the right square. Knight coming into c4 is a potential idea, but just the whole pin business that's going on at the moment is not making it look too desirable. Look. I'm still going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'll tell you why, because that c4 square is just such a good square, and if they get the pawn on c4, it's a really different dynamic, where on the back foot we suddenly don't have a huge space advantage, whereas we have a knight on c4, that knight can jump in. It's threatening b6, which is a fork with the queen and rook. It's putting pressure on the backward pawn on d6. For all of those reasons, I am loving just consolidating in the center and seeing what we can do. I don't like that g4 is a weakness for us. Okay. It's getting a bit nasty, for sure. For certain sure, because the rook is coming in. Yeah, so it's just not quite the way we want things to go. We want to keep the queen out for the moment. We want to stop any funny business. Let's get the rooks the potential to double if they need to. Huh? Okay. Not sure what to do here. Let's backtrack this up. Not sure if that actually does anything or not. Let's put this rook up so it's defending h3 and g4. We can have this rook, other rook swing across. Let's have this happening. Let's get this happening. That's perfectly fine. Everything's defended, I think. I don't like how we're on the back foot though. I need to try and find a way to generate some activity in this position. Where can I go to consolidate things a little more? I'm just thinking king here, king back. Just kind of put the ball in their court because it's not really a position where I can do a whole lot. I think my only choice is to do this, to dance around, play these games. Dance around, a dancing pony. Dance around and play these games. Maybe swing the queen across. Maybe get some funny business happening on f8. It's a long shot though. Certainly is a long shot. But it might just work. It might just be enough pressure. Might just be enough to get the job done. And it looks very, very promising How are they stopping it? How are they stopping it? How? How are they stopping it? I ask them, how? How are they stopping me? Come on, how are you doing it? How are you stopping me? Okay, GG. Another win. Another win for the Fried Fox, the degenerate troll meme opening. One more game. One more game before calling it a night. Nothing like getting a win with a bad open. No rush like it. Throw your opponent out of theory into the cauldron of the crazy, the unexpected, the ludicrous Fried Fox. Sure, I'll swap the Dark Squared Bishop. I'll swap it. 97, my absolute favorite move in this open. 97, boom, every single time. Love it. Love to see it, love to play it. Love that beautiful knight on e7 or e2 just compensates for so many of the weaknesses of this crazy opening. A little couple of little tacticos here. You basically telling him you better castle, hurry up and castle, or else. Rook coming in. Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Already. This isn't actually GG though. It's not GG if I play Rook, but certainly it's getting potentially a little uncomfortable for them. Let's just get some. Yeah, it's not GG yet if I put the Rook on E8, so there's no point. But if I can distract them with some queenside shenanigans, and at least look, if they castle queenside now, they're castling right into a pawn storm. So have I distracted them long enough to make Rook E8 a strong move? I do not know. I sincerely do not know. Okay. Bishop's on that beautiful A6 to F1 diagonal, putting pressure on the knight, putting pressure on C4, putting pressure on D3. I love the activity we've got for our pieces here. We may have an awkward king position, but the king is relatively safe. Wow. Wow, okay. Is this good? Is it? Is it good? I think so. I think it is very good. Well, that did the trick. A little tactic. Having that bishop on a6, a castle, and then suddenly that knight only has one defender. Look, if they didn't castle, we're playing all sorts of variations of rook e8, bishop takes f4, and or bishop takes e2, depending on what's best. So taking away that king defender, chop on e2. Oops. Taking away that king defender, chop on e2, and then if they recapture on e2, then f4 is hanging. So if they take on d6, and then d1 is hanging. So 3 wins, 1 loss. Great start back to the challenge after a couple of weeks off. We're finishing the session with 21.58. If you enjoyed watching me play the Fried Fox, please drop a like and subscribe to follow my journey to 2200. See you in the next one.